we are doing hair today, okay? Ivy needs her hair done. Charlie needs her hair done. Zuri, and so does Aubrey. All of my girls need their hair done, and so do me, okay? But anyway, we're going to hop right into the video, starting with Ivy. Hair is already washed and blow dried and moisturized with all of the products that we normally use. Y'all see Charlie? She's up next after Ivy, but I don't know if it's going to be in this video or the next video. But let's go ahead, hop right into it. Ivy is right here, already ready in her little chair. Move the Stanley out the way. Here's Ivy. Ivy, say hi. Duda, say hi. Hi. So Ivy's up first. You ready to get your hair done? Yes. We don't know how we're gonna do it yet, but we can start by taking the back out. I like to do the back first and then the front. I'm thinking a ponytail in the back and then the front just coming down. She hasn't had that in a good little minute. But y'all, tell me why I went to go search on Facebook like kids hairstyle. Tell me why all my videos pop up. And I'm like, I'm looking for different inspiration, not my stuff. Like, if it gotta be something I done already did, needs to get her hair done, I'm cool with it. So, ponytail in the back, and then little situation coming down in the front, okay? So we're just gonna go ahead and get these taken out. I'm gonna show y'all how to part for a ponytail. Okay, y'all, so I like to braid off the section here instead of putting it in a ponytail because it keeps the hair like separated better to me. I didn't use any edge control to make this part, but I just parted from ear to ear. But I went, let me see if she's gonna turn her head. Can y'all see it? Let me see. I went like behind her ear because right here, this area of hair is like short and thin. So I just like to add in some additional hair from the back. So that's why her part goes behind her ear opposed to the top. Okay, y'all, so for the braided ponytail, depending on how high up you want it, I just want hers like in the back, like directly in the back. But to start the braided ponytail, I just like to part it into 4 sections. I'm so sorry. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. But don't start crashing out, girl. From there, I went ahead and made a part going across just from the middle to the top of her ear, y'all. It's not as straight because she's not cooperating right now. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side, but I'm just gonna section this off. I'm gonna tell you how to spell her name. Zuri is going to tell you how to spell her name. Top of her ear. Clean it up with some edge control. All right. So that's the first step. Just making like a T pattern shape. A T pattern part. Clean it up. And from there, we're going to make some anchor braids. So starting with our first little section, the anchor braid is literally just like a single braid in the middle. So when you pull your ponytail together, it won't be like weird or lumpy. So I just like to make a curve, and you could take this time to make a curve around the whole thing. So basically like a circle. Some people just do 2 braids. I like to do an anchor braid on each section. But literally just like a quarter of a circle, y'all. What's the matter? All right, y'all, now we're just going to go ahead and braid this down. I did do some edge control around the root, and as I'm braiding down, I'm going to add on some banana oil on the strands of the hair. Because her hair is brittle, I need some extra moisture. And any other time I do their hair, I would braid it and then do like a mini twist, but we're gonna braid all the way down this time. Got like a little bit of banana oil, and I just like to do it all over the strands. From that below. And just braid down. And if you see like a lot of flyaways, you can go ahead and add a little bit of edge control. And braid down as far as you would like. I like to braid all the way down as much as my fingers will allow me to, y'all. Get that brush off your bottle, girl. And you better not have put that in your mouth. Thinking it's a toothbrush. Okay, first braid done. I'm trying to decide if I want to go ahead and do all the anchor braids. That's not what I normally do. I normally do a section at a time, so we're gonna go ahead and move along before we run out of storage. Okay, so we're gonna start on this side, and we're basically just going to bring a braid in towards the middle. Don't worry if the part is not straight, y'all. Y'all know we struggle with parting over here. So just wanna bring it towards the center. Start at the outer, bring it towards the center. So basically it's coming in towards a point, towards that anchor braid. And I want her braids to be a little thick, while her parts to be thicker. It's kind of hard to part for y'all to see. And I'm recording with my back camera, so I don't even know what y'all can see. Okay. So as you can see, the top of the part is wider than the bottom of the part. We're gonna clean that up. Okay, so it's going from wide to skinny. Wide to skinny. And then you just braid accordingly. I do like to take a little bit of edge control, go all around the perimeter of the part. I don't use a lot, y'all. Just a little. Edge brush, comb that through. And I don't comb it all the way through the whole shaft of the hair. Just a little bit, y'all. And then you braid. Let's hope she stays still. When I don't braid their hair in a long time and then I go back to braid it, the first braid always come out a little wonky, but this one is looking pretty cool. And then you braid down. You do have to borrow. Now I'm getting a little flyaways. It's starting to slip out my fingers. So that's when I take a little bit of edge control just to pull those hairs together. And so it will be easier to braid. See y'all, I'm still braiding. I have to go all the way down. I'm gonna stop there because it's getting really skinny and I don't want it to be too hard to take out. But this is sometimes why a lot of moms would add in some weave at the end, because it gets super skinny, like the hair thins out at the end. I don't know if I want to add some weave in her hair, but that is really skinny, y'all. And then once you keep braiding, you'll go ahead and start adding in your ponytail. Well, adding in your braids to your ponytail. We're just gonna go ahead and continue. We are parting in a diagonal or parting in towards a point. Like throughout the entire section, you may have one braid that goes straight up and down, or one part that goes straight up and down. She's not staying still. She is doing a lot of moving and grooving, y'all. See y'all. unintentional stitch for me. Do y'all see the stitch? Do y'all see it a little, especially this braid? Like, that was not planned. I don't know how to stitch braid. I promise y'all I don't. We're gonna go ahead, continue on parting to a point, bringing those parts into that anchor braid, and just braiding downward, y'all. Adding in some, ooh, I didn't add no banana oil in that braid. But adding in banana oil or blue magic or even a hair butter if you have it. Adding in some type of conditioning and edge control if needed for those flyaways. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, finish this whole section. Let's see how much the storage will allow us. I think we could get 4 braids in this section. So now is where the parts are going to be like up and down opposed to diagonal, just a bit. You see that part is literally like up and down, but that's like the middle braid of the ponytail. All right, y'all, now is where the voice takes over because Ivy started whining. Charlie and Zori keep asking me to spell stuff. Child, it got hectic. But for the braided ponytail, I honestly advise y'all to do it this way because it will like decrease the bumpiness. I remember when I first started doing my oldest daughter hair and she got this same hairstyle, the braided ponytail, like the base of it, it was so bumpy, y'all, to the point where I had to take some braids because she had weave in her hair as well, but I had to take some braids out of the ponytail and just wrap it around just so it won't look as bumpy, but it was crazy. So just do the T part, do the anchor braids. The anchor braids is definitely going to help with the non-bumpiness of the ponytail. It's going to make it really flat, y'all. So do the T part, do your anchor braids, and then just braid towards those anchor braids. The skinnier the bases of the braid, or like the bottom part that's closer to the anchor braid, the skinnier that is, then the flatter your ponytail would be. And y'all, we use the same products except for the shampoo, and that is why Ivy's hair is still a little brittle. I should have done some mini twists so I could go ahead and put some additional leave-in conditioner in it. So we washed her hair with some shampoo from the Dollar Tree. I would not recommend it. It's in the big pink bottle. They got a purple bottle and like a turquoise bottle. I don't know the name of the brand, so don't give me the lying, but we used that, and we also used some PS's natural conditioner. Washed all of that out, and then afterwards, before we blow dry her hair, we put in some PS leave-in conditioner. We also used some banana oil and some blue magic, and y'all know we mix our blue magic with some black Jamaican castor oil. I feel as though the black Jamaican castor oil really helps for hair growth. I'm going to stand by it. I've been using it for at least 14 years with my oldest daughter, and y'all just wait until y'all see the long form video of how much hair she actually has. We've just been doing TikToks with her hair, but she's going to get a long form content video. But at this point, the top half of the ponytail was done, and the back half can be a little bit tedious, y'all, so I like to use a little bit more edge control just to make the parts a little bit more cleaner. Another thing that will really help out for doing the back and just doing the baby's hair in general, or even a toddler, it really helps to stand up over the kid, y'all. I promise you it does. I know there are times where me myself would literally be sitting down in the video on a couch, but the kid would still have like a chair where I'm still over top of them. I feel like it just gives you a little bit more control over the kid. You can see, you can move around, you're not confined to that space, and it also helps to get a chair that lock. All right, y'all, so we was able to complete the back. She was moving and grooving a lot, so we gave her some cheeses and her bottle, of course. I think she is sleepy. She was up before me, and I woke up like around 10. Yeah. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this in a ponytail really quick, but I'm gonna put some banana oil on her scalp. There have been so many times where I did the same hairstyle on my oldest daughter and didn't do anything else to it. And then when it was time for me to take it down, you take the ponytail out and her entire scalp would be like scabby. That's because it was completely dry. So throughout the week or 2 weeks that this stays in, we do like to take the ponytail down, refresh it, and go forward from there. But your hair has to be moisturized. That's the main thing to avoid breakage. But when it's in the ponytail, I just went ahead and just pulled each individual braid a little tight to make it a little bit more flatter. Now, on my recent TikTok of me doing Ivy hair just like this, child, I told y'all that her sides literally piss me off because they are growing in, but it's not growing in as fast as I want it to. And her hair is not like the others at the same time. It is like in regards to the texture, but the speed of growth is not there. But when it comes to Ivy's sides in the front, I have to do hairstyles that will basically hide it unless I'm doing mini twists. But in the front, we just did a curved part because y'all know I don't. So I was going to do like a 2-layer situation, but then I changed my mind. And then for the sides, so I parted it in 2, but I didn't go all the way down to like her ear because that's where it's like thin at. So I just made where the most hair is, I just made that a section, and now I'm just going to braid backwards, and then the other side I'm going to braid that forward, basically bringing both sides together, and it's just going to hang over the side of that missing part, or the thin part, the short part. It's going to hang over it, so it's going to hide it. So basically when it comes to parting in those thin areas, you want to hide it. So for example, if you are struggling, or if your child was struggling with, let's say, edges, you don't braid back, you braid downward. Like you'll make a part in the middle or even off to the side, and you will braid the braids going down opposed to going back, because it would be too far back because baby girl ain't got no edges. I'm not trying to be funny or anything. I'm just saying, if you look at the thin parts, you basically map out the hair, what parts you need to hide and where you need to put those braids to hide it. And that's why I do like using the bigger barrettes, because the smaller barrettes, it doesn't really hide anything, and then it makes the hair look short, and then it's like, it's nothing wrong with short hair, but if that's not the look that I want for my baby, that's not the look that I want for my baby. So my advice is basically just look at your kid's hair and see how you would have to part. Not how you want to part, how you would have to part. And that's where a lot of like moms come into, let's say, not knowing, quote unquote, how to do stuff, because it's like you're trying to do it according to what you saw and not according to what your child needs. For example, right here, Ivy has hair like missing right there on the side. That's why she can only get braids up to that point in the front right there. So it would be best for me to go ahead and braid that side downward, but we're going to have braids like hovering over that, so it's going to hide that portion. If it wasn't going to hover over it and hide it, then baby girl would have got them 2 layers, okay? But this hairstyle, or this like front part of the hairstyle, is so cute, it's so simple, and you could braid downward like diagonal, or you could braid straight across. It all depends on baby hair. When I do my oldest hair like this, like when she was younger, I braided straight across, like horizontal. With Ivy's hair, I'm braiding downward because I want it to hang downward, if that makes sense. So that's all that I'm doing right now, and I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Now for the other side, it is going to look a little bit different. The braids are going to be probably a little bit closer together because she does have more hair on that side, but that's fine. The whole hairstyle came together pretty cute, in my opinion, if you ask me, you know? But when it comes to these hair videos, because I'm going to be doing them more often, I want y'all opinion on a lot of the different comments that I get. And the first thing that I want to talk about is adding weave hair. The amount of comments that I get with moms, or not, I don't even know if they got kids. For the most part, they probably don't. But they be saying like, when you put weave in your baby's hair, it's literally teaching them not to love their own hair. And I completely disagree. Now, if you are teaching your kid, okay, you want some weave hair, you want some long pretty hair, you're basically saying like their natural hair is not long and or pretty. When I put weave hair in my girl's hair, they know that it's a protective hairstyle. They know that it's to help their natural hair either grow or maintain its moisture or what have you. But who is literally telling their kid, oh, your hair is not pretty, so that's why you got to put additional hair in it? Who's doing that? And then I also still feel like it goes back to how you want your kid to look. If you want your kid to have the long braids with the beads and all of the extra accessories in their hair, go ahead and do it. My thing is, why do other parents feel like they have to voice their opinion on what another parent is doing? Let them be. But if y'all are moms, like, let me know how y'all feel about that. Like, moms to girls especially, how do y'all feel about that? At what age do you think is appropriate to go ahead and add in some
some weave hair, because as y'all seen in the back of Ivy's hair, those anchor braids, they were a little thin. And if I was putting beads on it, I would definitely go ahead and put some weave hair in her hair to make it strong enough to hold the bead or hold the accessory. So y'all gotta let me know in the comments how y'all feel about it. But like I said, on this side, the braids are just a little bit closer, but the entire head is done. It looks so cute, and we can actually leave it like this. Curl her little ends with some water and some leave-in conditioner, but Ivy got 4C hair, so it ain't gonna get like that. It's gonna get bushy. But we are gonna go ahead and put on some green and pink barrettes. These are the same barrettes that I just took out of Charlie hair, y'all. I was not going through that dirty hair cart, and that's something that we are going to go ahead and clean together. Zori want to do it on her YouTube channel, child. I ain't even make it yet. But with the rubber bands and the barrettes, we do this to secure the rubber band, to secure the barrette to the braid so we won't lose them. I got 4 kids. You know how many barrettes I buy? Speaking of barrettes, I literally have to go to the hair store right after I'm done this voiceover because somebody here has to be that. But y'all, for the barrette, for the rubber band, you just wrap the hair around the barrette, put the rubber band at the base of the hair or the barrette, and then wrap around. And then the rubber band is going to be wrapped diagonally around the hair, and it's going to be secure. All right, y'all, I'm sitting on the floor with her, about to let her put these stickers on me. But thank y'all so much for joining in with us. We will be doing Zori's hair, Charlie's hair, and Aubrey's hair. That might be in 2 videos because Charlie and Zori might get the same hairstyle. But let me know how y'all like these hair videos. I remember the last one, y'all said y'all did like it. And I'm just trying to get videos situated for Vlogtober because we are going to do it. But y'all, Ivy hair will probably last about a week and a half, almost 2. We're going to push for 2, and we're just going to touch it up with different braid refreshes. Say bye. Say bye-bye. I don't know who's going next, Charlie or Aubrey. But do not go in Aubrey's room. Bye.